Last night, I made the profoundly good decision to go to bed really early, make sure all screens are off, meditate, and have 9 hours of sleep. And I have good news. I had a bunch of nightmares last night. It was amazing. I saw so many different scary things and things that my ego was so scared to face. And I'm going to tell you why it's so good that I had those nightmares. We are processing machines. Our bodies process food, it processes cells, everything. Wouldn't it be weird if when your body was processing everything you ate, you started asking questions like, how do I get over this? What does this mean? Where did this come from? What's my past food regression? What do I do with this? It would slow down the processing because there'd be an egoic construct that's asking to make sense out of every single thing that's happening. And a lot of times when we have bad dreams and we wake up, we go, what does this mean? I had this dream. What is it saying? What is it trying to tell me? See, what we don't understand is when we were kids, we felt trauma and we created a false doer, a little energy that does everything it can to not have to feel the trauma that we felt before. And this doer has become falsely our identity. And it says, what do I do about? What does this mean? Where did this come from? And it interprets things that are just trying to be processed. And ironically, in its attempt to interpret it, it stops the actual processing. You don't actually get to see a lot of what's trying to be processed because what you're looking at is this egoic idea that you're going to do something about the pain, that you're going to make sense out of it, that you're going to find its history, that you're going to whatever. That part isn't you. That, what do I do, is not you. You're the now. And this now is profound at processing everything. But because you created a false egoic identity, the stuff that's trying to be processed can't be processed, right? This now you would love to hear everything. And when stuff's coming up, this now you doesn't have to make sense out of it. It doesn't have to find its history or do something about what's here. It just can hear. The real you can process anything. The false you is too small for what needs to be processed. It's almost like what is stored in your body that's painful is like a tidal wave that's trying to come up. And this you that's like this big, this small you, is trying as hard as you can to do something about it, but it's too big. But what you actually are is way bigger than what's trying to happen. And luckily, we're at a time where the stuff that needs to be processed is now too big for your false identity. So to process what's actually happening will feel like death to this doer. And the fear is then you'll have to feel the trauma when you're like 5 years old again. And so everything right now feels like death, but it's death to a false doer, a you that you're not. It's not death to what you actually are. This you that's here right now can process everything, especially if you don't get in the way of what it's trying to process. Just hear it and see it, because once something's fully seen and understood, it's alchemized, it's released. Now, if you get a big night of sleep and you have a bunch of dreams, great. Stuff just got processed. No matter what you feel when you wake up, that's perfect. But one thing we do is we go, what does this mean? Where did this come from? And I'm going to dare you to not ask. I'm going to dare you to not do anything about. I'm going to dare you to just listen to what's here and say yes to it. See, your doer and your processor is actually a no to it. So instead, just be with what you feel or what's here or what it's trying to tell you or what your biggest fear is and hear what's here. No future, no solution, no meaning. The best news is we're finally being forced for the first time ever to meet what we actually are. And what we actually are is profound and miraculous. What you're not is that doer and that interpreter and that little one that needs to make sense. You don't have to do that anymore. That can go. In fact, that's a little you that did so much to save our lives in so many different situations. And this actual you that you are now can be here and just bring love to it. Thank you. Because in the tidal wave of processing, even that little one is going to be processed too. All you have to do is listen. That's literally it. And if you can't listen, if you're having a hard time listening throughout the day, make sure you get sleep. Because what sleep is it's the remover of your doer so that what is stuck in the body can be processed. What an amazing thing you are. Get some sleep. When you have a deep nightmare, good. Something that was stuck got seen. When you wake up, don't go, what do I do about this? Just go, good. Awesome. Yay. One of the things the doer also does is when it finally goes, this is too overwhelming, I can't process this, it grabs on to other things. And this is a new way to see addictions. The doer goes, I'm going to grab onto food or alcohol and numb how much pain is in my body. I'm going to flip through the screen all day, or I'm going to gossip or talk about or make interpretations out of this. That's the doer's way. But when you move into what you actually are, it can process everything, even the addictive patterns. What you are now can literally process the one that's running over to the gambling or to the phone or to the alcohol and go, this me now is even going to feel through that. When you feel those urges to do something addictive, you could just feel the urges and not do anything, not figure out where it's coming from, not process over and over and over egoically and make sense out of. What needs to be processed, you can't make sense out of egoically. You can't understand egoically. You just need to hear. So, this is an invitation to remove your distractions. This is an invitation to remove the things that you have to grab onto to stop the body from processing. Let go of the TV for a while. Let go of attention. Let go of alcohol. Let go of overeating and process. Then go to bed early. Go to bed with the sun. No phone, no screen. Meditate, go to bed. Let what needs to be processed, processed. When you wake up, meditate, listen. So much that you're not will collapse. So much pain will leave. It's not normal to carry this much pain. We weren't supposed to just carry unprocessed garbage for 40 years. Listen to what's here, not what's on the news, not what could happen. What's here? What's here? And make sure you get some deep sleep. See you at God's Kid.